While we're over there on that end, Tony Wood, producer of Team Knight Rider, one of the spin-off shows from the original show. Tony.
Hi, Paul. Thank you. I want to thank you for having us out here and for this good cause for the Children's Miracle Network. I really appreciate it. I feel honored to be here on this day with all these people I've admired. I was pretty much behind the scenes. I didn't have anything to do with Knight Rider. I worked on Team Knight Rider. I worked with Jack's brother Andy, and he ran an incredible stunt crew on the show. We did more stunts, I think, on Team Knight Rider that people never really saw as much as they did on regular Knight Rider. The stunt guys, we must have gone through in 3 seasons about 75 cars, just flipping them on Canyon Road and Malibu Canyon and the Coast Highway. Some people got hurt, but they pulled through it, and I had a great time doing it. And then on the time off, we took the stuff over to George Barris. We had the cars all replaced and back on the set again the next day or the next week. But it was quite an experience, and I'm really glad to be up here with all these people that I've admired over the years. I want to thank you very much.
Mr. Tony Wood, pass that microphone down to the King of Customs, the creator of the Batmobile, the Monster Coach, and many, many other famous iconic television show and movies, Mr. George Barris.
Hi all, thank you for having me. I could tell you so many great stories being with this Knight Rider show, but I'll pick a couple, 2 or 3 real ones. In fact, when I first started the show, David Hasselhoff, myself were on location, and we had Kit there, and I talked to him, I said, what do you think, David? He was a star in a soap, and he said, I'm going to play second fiddle to an automobile? I said, don't worry about it, Dave, with you, you'll be able to do it. Then from there on, the transportation guys, they would always smash up the front end. So I built a rubber nose on it so that if they hit it again, it would pop right out. So Jack Gill was doing a stunt out on location, and he's going to hit the convection ramp, go up in the air, and one of his family is going to drive underneath him with a Camaro. I said, hey, Jack, you're going to smash up the Knight Rider car. Don't do that. He said, don't worry about it. We'll know how to take care of it. But I said, how do you know when Kit's going to come down on top of you? We just turn the side mirrors off, but when he gets kind of close, he'll get out of the way. Boom! He comes down, he hits the ground, the Camaro's out of the way. I come up to Jack, I said, where's the front end? Run to the front. He didn't even touch the front end. So I didn't have to worry about a rubber nose anymore when you got guys like Jack and all the gang. Remember that scene? That's scary. It was scary. You'd be up there in the air and come down. But the thrill of making that car was one of the best cars. Batmobile was great, the rest of them were great, but Knight Rider's got history because we got a family right here that does it. So all of you, thank you for having us.
Mr. George Barris, please. One time for the legendary stuntman, Mr. Jim Winburn.
Hi there. I was very fortunate because when they did the pilot for the Knight Rider, I was called by production and to Dave Cass to come down and meet David. And so I drove down. They were at the Talbot Speedway, and I met David, and we went into the garage there, and we looked at me. We look at your tush and your legs, and oh yeah, you got skinny legs, you got a great skinny tush, you're hired. And that's basically how I got into meet David and went forward. But there were so many great stunt people that worked through the show. When he did the series, I think it was the coordinator. Jack became the coordinator after that. Bob went to second unit. There was a number of actors that doubled Bob through the season. It was Andy Efford, touch with me to be at the Night Riders Festival. And I thank Jack for the number of times he hired me through the season of the 4th season. And I thank David for being a great friend. Thank you.
Oh, how did I get involved with Night Rider? Okay, well, when I was on a soap opera in New York, I met this wonderful soap opera actor from Los Angeles at the Daytime Emmys, and his name was David Hasselhoff. He came up to me and he said, "Hello, my name is David, and someday I'm going to marry you." And I said, "Wow, really? What a jerk." 2 years later, we got married. And it was really wonderful. But the thing, how I got involved with Night Rider was, during the course of our relationship, he quit the soap opera and got this fantastic show called Night Rider. And within the next few, I guess after the first season, I also quit my job in New York, moved to Los Angeles, and David was my boyfriend, and he got this great show. And after the first season, I thought a lot about the character of Michael Knight, because he was really, in the beginning of the show, it said the shadowy figure of a man who does not exist. Because in fact, his character had been somebody else, shot in the face, left for dead, picked up by Wilton Knight, recreated with plastic surgery, and then became the beautiful character of Michael Knight. So in my mind, I always wondered, who was Michael Knight before he was Michael Knight? He had a life, maybe he had a wife or a girlfriend, and I came up with an outline for Whitebird, which is the episode that I ended up starring in with him, the first one. And it was about the life he had before. And it was really well received, and I had a great time. They took my outline, and then I can't remember who wrote the actual script, but it was a beautiful job done. Virginia Aldridge, I think was her name. She did a beautiful job. They cast me in the role Lucky Me, and then we did 2 more. We did Let It Be Me, and then Scent of Roses, where David Hasselhoff and his character and my character got married, and I got shot and killed, and I reminded David yesterday that I took a bullet for him. So and we saw each other yesterday for the first time in 22 years, so it was really pretty great. And it was really wonderful to see him, because I just think he's great.
You know what, Catherine? You were in the newspaper yesterday, too, with that picture.
Oh, I was?
Yes, you were.
It just happened yesterday.
Yes, it did.
They're fast here in Las Vegas.
Well, we don't miss it. You know what happens to here?
Yeah, yes, no. What happens in Vegas does not stay in Vegas. Ask Tiger Woods. I always say that they need to take the sign down. It's not true anymore. But anyway, today, I'm very proud to have been a part of this great show. I'm a hypnotist now. I'm a stage hypnotist. Just moved to Las Vegas, and my show will be here starting this year, very soon. And so if you're a local, look out for me and come on up and let me hypnotize you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Catherine Hicklin. The constructor of George Barris's idea, the Super Pursuit Mode. Please welcome Mr. Dennis Braid.
Well, it's great to be here. I worked with George for about 15 years. We built a lot of vehicles from Elvis to Bob Hope to just about every celebrity and sports star that you can imagine. But when we built those vehicles, we always had a plan to start off with, concept of some kind, model or whatever the case may be. But George came to me on this particular day and he said, the Night Rider folks wanted us to build this thing called a pursuit car. And I said, okay, where do we start? What do we start with? Where do we go? And he said, well, I don't really know. They haven't given us anything, but they want something that will go about 150 to 200 miles an hour and be able to stop real fast, be able to fly through the air and jump over bridges and all kinds of stuff. And I said, okay, well, let's get to it.